Hi guys, Rachel here from Day Joyce. Thank you so much for tuning in. I haven't done a video for a little bit. I've been taking a little bit of a break, just a family time to reset. And so I thought it would be fun to come back and do the assumptions about me video, and I'm going to combo that with a small Q&A video. And this is going to be a group where a couple of other ladies are going to be doing this video too. Ashley from Grace and Grit, Lydia Zen, and Shirley from Home and Arrows. So be sure to check their channels out after this video. And then at the end, I am going to tag 3 ladies to do this assumptions about me video as well.
Dirty dishes, peaceful wishes, blissful messes tangled up in joy.
So I have my phone here and I'm going to go through some of these assumptions, and then at the end I'm going to do questions. I kind of comboed it because you guys must think I'm perfect because you didn't have a lot of assumptions about me. But I did have some. Lots of people ask the same type of questions, so I'm going to get started with the assumptions. So the first one is that you are very patient with your kiddos. And I'd like to say yes, but no. Y'all, I lose my cool. I yell. That's like, I'm just admitting to you now that I yell, and that is something that I'm working on. And I'm praying that God, helps me figure out the ins and outs of that and handling situations better. And I try to be patient, but I lose my cool a lot. Next is you have eyelash extensions. And yes, as you can see, probably I do. I've been getting them since late summer, and it's just an extra fun, special thing for me to do for myself. And I don't know how long I'll continue to do it, but for now, I have them. And I really like them. They help me to feel confident, and I don't hardly ever have to wear much makeup. I do for YouTube videos, but when I'm out and about, I don't hardly ever wear much makeup at all. Next, she says, I assume you have a driven personality. And as far as when I have something that I want to do, then yes, I can be driven to get that done. If it's like planning a trip, doing YouTube collabs, doing certain things for my kids for a field trip or for school, then yes. So I'm either all in or not. If it's not something that I really care about, then it might get put on the back burner or whatever and then forgotten about. Kind of like doing crafts. I like to do crafts, but I haven't been doing them, and I've been doing other things, if that even makes sense. I don't know. Okay, the next one is that you are tall. And yes, I would say that I am tall. I am about 5'8", maybe a little bit over that, and so I think that's pretty tall in comparison to lots of others. Someone else asked, you don't get rattled easily, and that goes about along with being patient, and I already talked about that. Okay, a few people put, you're an introvert, you're an introvert, you're an introvert, the next person put, you're an extrovert, outgoing, a people person. I would say I'm an introvert with a little bit of extrovert. So I like to be in group settings where I know those people, and I've built a friendship, a relationship with them, and it's okay if it's lots of people like that. But if I'm in a room with like most people I don't know, then no, my introvert comes in and I'm like, nobody look at me, nobody talk to me. But if I make one friend in a large group, then I kind of stick to that one person. If it's during a large group time, then I'm just like glued to that person, become friends with that person, and that's kind of like how my introvert extrovert happens. Okay, the next person says that you are a very organized person. I just recently took my Enneagram, and I am a 6, which is a loyalist, and it has like all different kinds of things of what I am, and I totally relate to all of them. And one of them is planning. I am not necessarily like an organized. If you look in this drawer that this camera's on, gonna be scared. If you look in my drawer where my silverware are, you're gonna be like, whoa, Rachel. If you look in some drawers or cabinets, I am not that kind of organized person. If you look in my purse, it's just all thrown in there. But what my organizational skills is planning. I like to plan trips. I like to plan birthday parties. I like to plan stuff mostly that I want to do, but it brings people together. And so that's why I do the YouTube collabs and stuff. I like to build relationship and friendships that way, and so I organize things like that. But not necessarily organized like in bookcases or things like that. No, I do try to keep our homeschool room organized, but probably right now, if you saw it, you would be like, whoa, Rachel. So I guess the assumption is true in certain ways. The next one is you are super laid back. And I'd say, yeah, my dad was kind of like that, and I'm kind of like that. Unless something gets out of plan, or like if we had planned to do something and then we didn't, that doesn't really sit well with me. Of course, I work through it. But as far as like being laid back, go with the flow, I think I pretty much am. Now, ask me where I want to eat dinner. I don't know. My answer is just going to be, I don't know where I want to go, but I know where I don't want to go. So, are any of you guys like that? The next assumption is that you are never late. And that one, y'all, that one's funny. I am a late person. I'm working on, just like I'm working on all those other things I told you about, but I am a late person. I'm like, wait till the last minute, but I need to work on that. So, I'm a late person, and to go with that, I'm not an early bird, I am a night owl. The last two assumptions, see, I told you I didn't get too many. You guys think I'm perfect, I guess, are that you're a Republican, and yes, I am. Kind of share tiny bit of that over on my Rachel at Dated Joy's Facebook page, and you know, like especially like abortion going on right now. Like every baby is a gift from God, and so it just like stirs up at me that abortion is wrong. So sorry if that offends you. The next thing that kind of maybe goes along with that is that you're not scared to talk about your love for Jesus, and absolutely right. I'm not. I hope that, you know, my authenticity and transparency, that you see that when you watch my videos or read an Instagram post, that you can see that I love Jesus, and like I don't have this life figured out at all. I mess up daily, and I sin, and I am just getting through day to day with the grace of God, just knowing that His plans are good and He has a plan for all of us. So now the second part of this video for me is going to be answering some questions. So I have a couple questions and then a couple Disney related questions that I'm going to save for the end. What are your favorite preschool resources? And actually I have a whole video where I share I think it is 5 of my favorite preschool resources, and those are all still my top favorites. But I have a new favorite, my 4-year-old. She's about to be 5, and she's going to be doing kindergarten next year. We have been doing some fun things. She likes alphabet bingo. She likes to do the dry erase letters and numbers and all of that. All those other preschool resources, I will link the video above and below in case you want to check it out. Those are my top 5 favorites. I see another assumption here, that it takes you a lot to get angry. And I guess I wish that would be true. But in all honesty, I think I need to work on my anger and yelling like I was talking about earlier. It just depends on the day, what kind of mom and Rachel wife you're going to get. Hopefully it's one that's like pointing to Jesus, because then hopefully that will be the one that's not angry. The next question is, where were you born? And I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. And I grew up there, and then I went to college in Tennessee, and that's where I met my husband, and so that's why we're over here in the South now. So my sister-in-law told me a little while ago, like a couple weeks ago, that, or maybe it was at Christmas, I don't know, that she could hear that my voice was changing into Southern. So I have like an Arizonian voice mixed with a Southern voice. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I didn't grow up saying y'all and stuff, but I write it a lot in text or messages or in posts, and then I say it a lot now. So I just say y'all, and I used to say you guys. It was you guys, but now I've crossed over and I say y'all. The next question is, what is your favorite TV show? We'll have to say This Is Us. If I'm picking one, it's going to be This Is Us. I just love like the realness of it, and I can relate. I'm the ages of the triplets. I'm around that age, and I just love the emotion and like just life story that it is. Does anyone else like This Is Us, or what's your favorite TV show? Okay, my last set of questions are Disney questions. The first one is, have you been to Disneyland? And yes, since I grew up in Phoenix, whenever our family went and traveled for Disney, it would be, of course. All right, I had an interruption. So yes, I have been to Disneyland. That is where our family used to go when we were kids, and I think the last time I went there was in college. No, that was Disney World. I think maybe when my sister got married, we took like a bachelorette party to California, I feel like, and I think we went to Disneyland. But it was sometime in high school or around when she got married, which was like 13 years ago. Another interesting fact while I'm on this, my sister and I, our husbands are both named Jake. Not the same guy, but they both are Jake. What's interesting is they both have one sibling and they were raised by a single mom. So we have some pretty awesome Jakes here. My next question that's Disney related is, what is your favorite ride? So if I was going to pick any ride out of Disneyland, Disney World, out of any of the 4 parks, it's going to be Expedition Everest, also known as the Yeti ride, which is what I thought it was called the last time I went there a few years ago, or like maybe it was 5 or something years ago. I thought it was called the Yeti ride because it has like Yetis all around. When you're waiting in line, you're looking at the Yetis and stuff. And so that is my favorite ride. It's a roller coaster that has ups and downs and stuff, I think, and then it goes forward and then you do everything backwards. So I like roller coasters, and that was my favorite ride. And the close second, which I haven't went to this one for a couple years. I last went to it a couple years ago. We went to Epcot, and then I did go to this ride that's in California Adventureland, I think, and it's called Soarin', and you get in a seat thing, and it's like kind of in a theater, and I think maybe 2 or 3 people can sit there, and you buckle up, and then the thing raises up really high, and so you're on this thing up that's hanging from the sky, and then there's a huge screen, like a panoramic screen or whatever, and it's kind of rounded, and it's all the way around you, and then that thing that goes up tilts and moves, and it's like you're soaring through the sky, and it has wind blowing on you, and it sprays smells on you and stuff when you go like over the orange fields and stuff. And so I really love that ride. That's my second favorite. If it's like a normal ride and a roller coaster ride, those are my top 2. The next Disney question is, what is your favorite foodie treat? And I got a couple of these about food at Disney. So like, I'm not like a foodie person or a Disney foodie person, and I know like lots of people like those Dole Whips and stuff, and I haven't ever tried one. I'm admitting it, I've never tried one of those. And if I was gonna pick my favorite treat, it's just gonna be a Starbucks coffee, and like whatever I want, a latte or whatever, and that's gonna be my favorite treat. This is my suggestion to Disney, is that Starbucks should have a fast pass. I mean, who would use it? I probably would, because that line was like close to like 40 minutes or something. I don't know if I would realistically use it, because some rides are like an hour or 2 hours, and so a fast pass for that's good, but it's kind of a joke. You should get like 3 fast passes for rides and then 1 fast pass for a food place. Well, who's with me on that one, that idea? Well, that is going to be it for my assumptions and my Q&A and my Disney cute questions. And I thank you guys so much for watching. Now we're at the end of the video, and that is where I'm going to tag 3 other YouTubers. And I am going to tag Tabitha Kelly, Tiffany from Large Family Life, and Michelle from A Common Life. I will leave their channels below, and they are awesome, great ladies that are all different, and I hope you'll check them out. And if you want to do this assumption question video, then go for it. I hope that you guys have a blessed day, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or subscribe if you want to see more from me, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys. I don't know what I was saying. Hold on. Done. Okay. Life with 4 kids.
Go out.
So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I know what it was.